My name is Rebecca Torres. I'm 30 years old. 4 weeks ago at my baby shower, my mother-in-law handed me a sealed envelope in front of 70 guests and said, "Here are 47 reasons why you're wrong for my son." My husband Daniel laughed nervously. Everyone else laughed too, thinking it was some kind of game. But I knew better. I'd been dealing with her games for 3 years. I ripped open that envelope. I scanned through the pages until I found reason number 23. Then I read it out loud so everyone could hear. Her confident smile vanished. Her face turned ghost white. And before midnight that same night, Daniel's entire family had cut her off completely. But let me tell you how we got here because the revenge was so sweet. Before I continue, smash that like button if you love a good revenge story. Comment below and tell me. Have you ever had a mother-in-law from your worst nightmares? I want to hear your stories. Now let me rewind to 6 weeks before the shower. It started on a Wednesday evening. I was 8 months pregnant, sitting on our couch with my swollen feet up. My whole body ached. Daniel was in the kitchen when his phone buzzed. It was a text from his mom, Brenda. "Tell Rebecca I'm handling the baby shower. She doesn't need to worry about anything." Notice how she texted him, not me. Like I didn't even exist. Daniel showed me the message. "Mom's got the shower covered, babe. Isn't that nice?" I forced a smile. Yeah, super nice. But inside I was screaming. Because Brenda hadn't asked me anything. Not what theme I wanted. Not what food I liked. Not even what date worked for me. She just decided everything herself. 2 days later, Brenda called Daniel while I was sitting right next to him. I could hear her loud voice through the speaker. "I've invited some important people," she said. "Family friends who need to be there. Oh, and I invited Chelsea too." Chelsea. Daniel's ex from high school. The girl Brenda constantly compared me to. Daniel looked uncomfortable. "Mom, why would you invite my ex to Rebecca's baby shower?" "Because Chelsea is family, Daniel. She was part of our lives for 4 years. Rebecca shouldn't feel threatened by that. Unless she's insecure." I grabbed the phone from Daniel. "Hi Brenda. I'm not insecure. I just think it's weird." "Oh Rebecca," her voice dripped with fake sweetness. "When you've been a mother as long as I have, you'll understand these things. Experience matters, dear." The message was clear. You don't have a mother to teach you, so let me run your life. I hung up and looked at Daniel. "Your mom just invited your ex-girlfriend to my baby shower." "I know it's weird," he admitted. "But let's just get through it, okay? No drama. No drama." That's what he always said when his mom crossed a line. 1 week later, we went to Brenda's house for family dinner. The dining room was packed. Daniel's brother Marcus, his sister Katie, his uncle Tom, his aunt Diane, and a bunch of cousins I barely knew. I wore a pretty yellow sundress. It was one of the few things that still fit comfortably over my huge belly. We were halfway through dinner when Brenda suddenly said, "Rebecca, that dress is certainly a choice." Everyone stopped eating. I looked down at my dress. "What's wrong with it?" "Oh, nothing, dear." She smiled that sharp smile of hers. "It's just that bright yellow can make someone look larger than they are, especially when they're already carrying extra weight. Your mother would have probably mentioned that to you. If she were still around. My mother died when I was 14. Brenda knew that. And she just weaponized it in front of the whole family." I felt my eyes start to burn with tears, but I refused to let her see me cry. "I think I look great," I said firmly. "Of course you do, sweetheart." Brenda patted my hand like I was a child. "Confidence is cute." After dinner, Katie pulled me into the bathroom. "Rebecca, I'm so sorry about her," she whispered. "It's fine. I'm used to it." "It's not fine." Katie glanced at the door to make sure no one was listening. "Listen, I need to talk to you. But not here. Can we meet tomorrow morning? Just us." My stomach dropped. "Why? What's wrong?" "I can't say here. But you need to know something. Meet me at Java Cafe at 9 a.m. Please." That night I couldn't sleep. What did Katie need to tell me? The next morning I met Katie at the cafe. She was already there, gripping her coffee cup so tight her knuckles were white. I sat down across from her. "Katie, what's going on? You're freaking me out." She took a shaky breath. "I work at Community Bank. I'm a loan officer there." "Okay." "Last week I was reviewing some accounts, just routine stuff. And I noticed something ODD in your joint account with Daniel." My heart started pounding. "What do you mean odd?" Katie pulled out a folded piece of paper and slid it across the table. $15,000 went missing 2 weeks ago. I grabbed the paper. There was in black ink. A withdrawal for $15,000 from mine and Daniel's savings account. "This has to be wrong," I said. "Daniel would have told me if we spent this much." "He didn't spend it, Rebecca." Katie's voice dropped to a whisper. "My mom did." The room started spinning. "What?" "Years ago, before you guys got married, Daniel added her as a backup on the account. For emergencies, he said. She still has access. And 2 weeks ago, she transferred $15,000 to her personal account." I stared at the numbers. $15,000. "That's theft," I said. "I know. That's why I'm telling you. She's been bragging to Aunt Diane about some expensive furniture she just bought. The dates match up perfectly." I folded the paper carefully and put it in my purse. My hands were shaking with rage. "Does Daniel know?" "Yes." "I don't think so. And Mom doesn't know that I know." I looked Katie in the eyes. "Thank you for telling me. What are you going to do?" I didn't answer. Because honestly I didn't know yet. But I knew one thing. Brenda had just made the biggest mistake of her life. That night I showed Daniel the bank statement. He stared at it for a full minute without speaking. "This can't be real," he finally said. "Call your mom and ask her." He called. I watched his face as he talked to her. Confusion. Then anger. And defeat. He hung up and looked at me with tired eyes. "She says she borrowed it for my birthday present. She was planning to pay it back, she just forgot to mention it." "Borrowed?" I stood up. "Daniel, she stole $15,000 from us." I know." He ran his hands through his hair. "But she's my mom. Can we please just not bring this up at the baby shower? Let's deal with it after. I don't want to ruin the day." I stared at my husband, the man I loved, the father of my baby. And he was asking me to protect his mother, the woman who just robbed us. "We'll see," I said coldly. I didn't promise him anything, because I was done protecting people who hurt me. The night before the shower, Brenda called my phone. That almost never happened. "Rebecca, sweetheart." Her voice was sickeningly sweet. "I just wanted to give you a heads up about tomorrow." "What about it?" "Well, I have a very special surprise planned for you. Something I've been preparing for quite some time." My blood ran cold. What kind of surprise? Now, if I told you it wouldn't be a surprise." She laughed. "Let's just say it's very personal. Everyone is going to remember it. I guarantee it." Every alarm bell in my head was ringing. "Brenda, I don't want any surprises." "Oh, don't be silly. You'll love it. Trust me. Get a good night's sleep, dear. Tomorrow is going to be unforgettable." She hung up. I immediately texted my best friend Monica. "Emergency. Come over now." Monica showed up 20 minutes later with ice cream and her phone fully charged. "What's wrong?" she asked. I told her everything. The money. The cruel comments. The surprise Brenda was planning. Monica listened quietly. When I finished, she said, "Whatever she tries tomorrow, I'm recording everything." "Why?" She grinned. "Because when people like Brenda go down, the world needs to see it." The baby shower was at Brenda's house. When we arrived, I almost gasped. It looked like something out of a luxury magazine. Gold and white balloons. A dessert table with a 5-tier cake. A huge banner saying, "Baby Torres coming soon." 70 people were there. I recognized maybe half of them. And standing by the gift table, wearing a gold dress that matched the decorations exactly, was Chelsea, Daniel's ex. Had Brenda coordinated their outfits? Of course she had. For the first hour everything seemed normal. People ate, played games, took pictures. But the whole time, Brenda kept looking at me with this knowing smile. Then, at exactly 2:30, she tapped her champagne glass with a fork. "Everyone, gather around please. I have something very special for our guest of honor." The room went silent. 70 people turned to watch. Brenda walked toward me holding a cream-colored envelope. She was practically glowing with excitement. "Before we continue," she announced loudly, "I want to present Rebecca with something I've spent months creating. Something from the heart." She handed me the envelope with a big theatrical gesture. Took it. My hands were trembling. Not from fear. From rage. "Open it," Brenda commanded, smiling like she'd already won. Tore it open. Inside were 6 typed pages. The title at the top made my stomach turn. 47 Reasons Daniel Should Reconsider His Marriage. Daniel laughed awkwardly. "Mom, what is this?" People around us started giggling. They thought it was a joke. Funny prank. But as I read the list, I realized this was real. Number 1. She can't cook traditional family recipes. Number 6. She convinced my son to move across town. Number 9. She prioritizes her career over family. Number 14. She doesn't respect family traditions. These weren't jokes. These were insults. Things Brenda had been holding on to for years. Then I reached number 23. And I knew exactly how to destroy her. I looked up at Brenda. She was still smiling, waiting for me to either cry or walk away embarrassed. Instead, I said loudly, "Can I read one out loud?" Her smile got bigger. "Of course, dear. Read any one you'd like." She thought she'd won. She thought I'd read something that made me look bad. Big mistake. I cleared my throat and spoke loud enough for everyone to hear. Number 23. She hasn't even noticed I withdrew $15,000 from their savings last month. Proves she's financially irresponsible. Silence. 70 people stared at me. Then at Brenda. I reached into my purse and pulled out the bank statement Katie had given me. "Actually, Brenda," I said calmly, "I did notice. Here's the proof. $15,000. Stolen without permission." Brenda's face went from smug to pale in 3 seconds flat. I didn't. I was borrowing it," she sputtered. "Borrowing." Katie stood up from her chair. "Mom, you didn't ask. That's called theft." Daniel stepped forward, his face red. "Mom, what did you do?" "It was for your birthday." Brenda's voice went shrill. "I was going to pay it back." "When?" I demanded. "Before or after you bought that new furniture you've been showing off?" Gasps rippled through the crowd. Aunt Diane stood up. "Linda, is this true?" "You don't understand." Brenda looked around desperately for support. "I'm his mother. I don't need permission to help my own son." "Help him." Marcus, Daniel's brother, stepped forward. "You stole from him." The room exploded with voices. Everyone talking at once. Questioning. Judging. Brenda's perfect party was falling apart. But I wasn't finished. "There's more," I said, holding up the list. 46 more reasons you think I'm not good enough. Should I read them all? Uncle Tom spoke up from the back. "Brenda, this is cruel." "It's not cruel," Brenda shrieked. "I'm trying to protect my son from making a mistake." "The only mistake here," Daniel said quietly, "is you." Brenda turned to him, eyes wide with shock. "I think you need to leave, Mom," Daniel continued. "Leave?" Brenda looked around wildly. "This is my house. My party." "Then we're leaving." Daniel took my hand. "Come on, Rebecca." But then something incredible happened. Katie stood up. "If Rebecca leaves, I'm going with her." Marcus stood. "Me too." Aunt Diane stood. "Count me in." One by one, 65 people stood up and walked toward the door. Only 5 people stayed in that room. And 3 of them were Brenda's elderly neighbors who had no idea what was happening. We all gathered outside in the driveway. People were hugging me, apologizing, saying they should have stood up to Brenda years ago. Daniel wrapped me in his arms. "I'm so sorry. I should have believed you from the start." I looked up at him. "You believe me now. That's what counts." That night my phone blew up with messages. Every single person who left that party sent the same message. I blocked Brenda. Even Daniel blocked his own mother's number. The woman who tried to humiliate me ended up humiliating herself in front of everyone who mattered. And that is how my mother-in-law's revenge plan backfired spectacularly. If you enjoyed this story, drop a comment and tell me. Do you think Brenda got what she deserved? Or did I take it too far? And if you want to know what happened when Brenda tried to crash the hospital when my baby was born, let me know in the comments. That story is even crazier. Subscribe to Flex Revenge Unfold for more stories where karma hits hard. Hit that notification bell so you never miss when someone gets the revenge they deserve. Remember, you don't have to accept disrespect. Stand up, speak out, and never let anyone make you feel less than you are. This is Rebecca Torres from Flex Revenge Unfold, reminding you that the best revenge is living well. But sometimes a little public humiliation helps too. See you in the next one. Stay strong and keep flexing on your haters.